But in a place with 10-foot walls, I'm pretty much a hobbit in Isengard. Welcome back, awesome people, to Cocktails and Consoles. It's Melissa, and if this is your first time owning a home or first time moving out on your own and you've got a kitchen to set up, or if you just want to find ways to make your kitchen run more efficiently and a hell of a lot easier to clean, stay tuned because I have some really easy tips and tricks for you to use. So my mother has told me that a kitchen setup is a very personal thing, and I get it. If some of these tips don't resonate with you, totally fine. Everyone should set up the kitchen in the way that works for them best. But if it's your first time owning a kitchen and you'd like some help on where to start, stay tuned. So let's start with a quick and easy basic. Don't let people sell you on cabinets that go all the way to the ceiling. It may look really beautiful to not have that open space up at the top, and the picture you'll see below, don't mind the paint job, can show you where I kind of had to stop. Cabinets that go all the way up to the top, don't get me wrong, are beautiful, but let's be honest here, not all of us are 8 feet tall, meaning there's a whole lot of cabinet space up there that's gonna go unused for pretty much a millennia. Unless you want to keep a little high chair nearby anytime that you want to go fishing down glasses, and if you're like me, you don't want to do it. Now, they gave me the option when I got this place to be able to get cabinets that went all the way to ceiling, and I considered it for a second until I realized I'm not the shortest person in the world. Depending on what convenience store I'm walking out of, I'm about 5'7", but in a place with 10-foot walls, I'm pretty much a hobbit in Isengard. So most of the time you're going to want to deal with cabinets that are in your direct reach. Now let's talk about your basic flow of a kitchen. If that sounds very feng shui, it's not exactly meant like that. It basically means starting from prep to cook to plate. Now most times what you're going to find is that the flow of this actually follows the same way that you prefer to read. So for a lot of people in America, it's going to flow from left to right, meaning over here next to your stove is where you're going to be prepping. This is where you cut your vegetables, you prep your meats, you get everything ready to introduce to the burner. And in these sections, it's advisable to basically keep everything for that general purpose. Your knives, your cutting boards, your mixing bowls. Having all of that in this general region is going to not only save you time and effort, but you're gonna find it's a lot easier to manage from a cleanup perspective, because it saves you from having to drag food across distances, meaning that there's a lot of places for not only food, but meat juices that can contaminate your kitchen to spill. Now, this kitchen may look gorgeous, but it's not exactly the most efficient. You can see over here where my prep section would be, I have about a foot of space. My belief is that they intended this island to be the prep section, which is nice. It's pretty huge and relatively easy to clean, but then that means I'm also carting food over floor to a burner. Now let's talk about your cook section. This would be anything directly above or below your stove. You may find that some places actually do have cabinets up over what this is called a hood. I don't really recommend storing anything up there. Not only do you have electrical wires, but you also have a fair amount of heat. So if you keep anything up there that spoils really easily due to heat, like your oils and your spices, now you have to replace those. Those are best kept in an area in your prep section, away from light, away from heat, and away from air. We'll go into why in a future video, and if you'd like to get more tips and tricks like those, you want to hit the subscribe button down below, that would be awesome. So now let's talk about your plating section. Now, not only is this a great place to not only have your plates, your cups, your silverware, but also it's a great place to put your coffee maker and anything related to coffee, or even your wine glasses. Now, let's talk about that dreaded C word, cleaning. Yes, it is the bane of cooking. I will be the first to admit it. I hate cleaning, but we have to do it, especially when we're dealing with raw food because there's a huge contamination risk. So when it comes to cleaning, the best thing that you can be is something I happen to be naturally: lazy. I know it sounds weird, but bear with me. I believe it was Bill Gates who said that he would hire lazy people all day long because they find a way to get a chore done with the minimal amount of effort. And when it comes to cleaning, minimal amount of effort is going to serve you well. So what does that mean? Basically, you want to set up all your surfaces to be as easy to clean as possible. Meaning, don't do what I did. There's a reason for this. This is for the video, so it looks nice and pretty. But I'll tell you what, this is a nightmare to clean. Now, if you find you've got to have some kind of decoration on your kitchen surfaces, there is an easy way to be able to do this and make it easy to clean. And here's the trick. Serving platters. Now, you don't need to spend a fortune on these. You can find these super cheap on Amazon. I'll even link the one that I got down below. So if the goal is to minimize touches to the surface, how exactly would something like this, with a pretty broad base, be able to help us? We're actually going to lift this off the surface with a couple of little plastic feet that we're going to attach to the bottom of this, so that way we take all of the surface here and reduce it to 4 little points. Then we can take anything that we want to decorate with, or anything that we really want to group together, and put it here in the serving tray. Then when we need to clean, all we have to do is just lift it and place it somewhere while we clean the surface. Well, I hope this gets you started with setting up your own kitchen. And if you have any tips and tricks on how not only you like to keep your kitchen set up, but actually any tips or tricks on how you like to keep your kitchen nice and clean, please let me know down in the comments down below. And if you'd like to cook with us, we have cooking live streams every Sunday at 1 p.m. PST. If you'd like to get those in your subscription playlist, hit the subscribe button down below and come cook with us. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you, awesome people, in our next video. Cheers!